Welcome to Always in Stitches, and I'm Cappy, the super sewer, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, and sew with so much speed that anybody would be amazed. Ta-da-da-da. I'm sorry, it's goofy, it's Tuesday. I've had a little too much caffeine. So, I'm so glad you're watching today. I want to show you this sample. We're going to start with samples. Look, okay, upside down. Well, I suppose it's relative. Here you go, look at this. Is this stunning? Isn't that gorgeous?
That is gorgeous.
I mean, oh.
Are those Asian fabrics?
No, that's this fabric right. Well, I guess they lend to Asian. Look at this. Right. Do you think they look Asian?
It does.
Aren't they beautiful?
They're gorgeous.
So,
what's that? Is that Moda?
No, this is by In the Beginning Fabrics. It's Jason Yenter.
Oh.
And this is a pattern that we've made a kit for. So here's the kit.
Oh.
It's called Halcyon 2.
Wow, that is beautiful.
Isn't that lovely?
It is gorgeous.
I keep waving it. He's trying to get pictures of
Can I
it.
take a picture?
Oh, you sure can. You can buy the kit too.
Oh.
It's a fun quilt to make. Stephanie just made it. Here, take a look at this. There's the
my
kit.
phone in the car.
Oh, that's okay. You can look at that. You can go back here and get it if you want.
48 by 64.
48 by 64. It's a good size. That's a nice size little lap quilt, you know.
It is. I like that size.
And these little shadow boxes with this is raw edge applique.
Wow.
So that makes it super simple. And I'm in love with this.
Yes,
the colors
it's
just pop,
It's
don't
gorgeous.
they?
Yes.
It's really, really pretty. So get your camera and come back and take a picture if you
All
want.
right, I will. Thank you.
So here we are in the shop. We've got this really, really fun piece. And our staff works really hard to make our samples. And if you've been in and seen, it's pretty much like like a museum of fiber art when you come in and see everything we've made. And this is one that just came in this morning. We had to show it to you. This fabric is digitally printed, and so it's stunning. It absolutely just sparkles. I love how it looks. I love the depth of this. It looks like you're looking into a shadow box and these balls are floating in space. It's just so fun. So this is a kit we have. We do have 3, 4, 5, looks like 6 kits. They're going to sell fast when this sample gets displayed. I know it. It's just going to fly out the door because I know this person might need one. When I ordered it, I love this. So Halcyon 2 by In the Beginning Fabrics. Jason Yenter is the company. And I think I'd have to have this kit. And if you want it, get on our website and get it ordered as quick as you can because they're going to sell out fast. And then the other thing, I'm going to flip it around. Have you got your picture, dear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The other thing, I'm going to flip it around. I want to show you the quilting. Stephanie did the quilting. Look how perfect this quilting is on it. It's the waves that kind of match. Can you see it, Peter?
Yeah.
The waves match the curve. Is that just the perfect quilting?
It is perfect, yeah. That's beautiful.
So, just a lovely, lovely quilt.
I like this too.
That one's Killarney. That one's this one. You're just perfect. You're just leading right into what I want to talk about next in the video. So this next one we're going to look at is called Killarney. And I think, isn't Killarney a place in Scotland or
Yes.
Ireland?
There's Christmas in Killarney.
Christmas in Killarney? Okay.
One of my favorite songs.
There we go, Peter. Christmas in Killarney. Well, this is a panel that, it's not really, it's appliqué. It's from North Cotton Naturescapes. This is also available in a kit, and it's small. This would be a lovely, I mean, this you can hang on the wall like a picture.
I want to do a wall hanging.
This is the one to do.
Yeah, that is very pretty.
This is it says it's a quilt top, but it really is more like a wall hanging. And it's 31 by 39, so it's small. It's not a big piece. You're going to applique these pieces on, and then you're going to do some stitching down of that, just kind of do some raw stitching on it. It's a reasonably priced kit because it's fairly small. There's not a lot of fabric in it. And it's all the nature pieces. So this looks like wheat, this looks like rocks, this looks like a little bit of ivy or moss growing. Same thing here, these are trees and mountains. Of course the water, it's just so pretty.
It is pretty.
Isn't that lovely? And it's made with these fabrics here called Naturescapes.
Yeah, those are pretty.
Aren't those fun? So
Beautiful.
you have all kinds of different fabrics that resemble things in nature. We showed you this in our What's New video a couple weeks ago, I think, and now you can see it in a finished project. And again, another stunning sample, stunning quilt. done by our staff. Pam made the Killarney one, and Stephanie made the floating balls. I'm going to call it the floating balls because they just look like they're suspended in space. So those are a couple things you want to come see if you're looking for fabric in the shop. And we've got more fabric to show you though, so stay tuned. We're going to look at this a little bit more fabric right after this. Okay, here we are. We had to move to the back a little bit. All these people were coming in to shop. It's so fun. We got our little herd of people coming in. I love it when herds come. And here's the thing. If you're going to come in a herd, let us know. Give us a call. We'll have goodie bags for you. How fun is that? I'd like to have a goodie bag. How about you, Peter?
I want a goodie bag.
I want a goodie bag.
I'll walk in behind him just so I can get the goodie bag.
We have good goodie bags, by the way. So yeah, if you're going to be traveling and you've got 4, 5, 6 of you coming together at the same time, be sure and call us ahead of time and say, "Hey, I'm bringing a herd of people with me, and we're going to visit your store today, and we would love to have a goodie bag." We can make that happen. Okay, so here we. Okay, you may think you've seen this.
Is there need to be a minimum number, Cappy?
I'd say
like, what do you
4
consider?
or more. I mean,
4 or more. Okay, that's a good
herd.
number.
I mean, I think
So
a herd
4
is 4.
friends, that's doable.
3 or more are gathered. That's
Yeah.
4 is good. We'll go with 4.
I like it.
I like it too. All right, so here we have this new line that just came in from Moda. It's coming. Oh, look at that. What's he making faces?
You got video bombed.
Okay, that's our service tech. I just want you to know.
AKA also known as.
Yeah. Okay, I manage the store and I sleep with the service tech, but he's my husband. So when I talk about Jeff all the time, if you guys watch the videos, that's him. He's
That's
pretty
hot.
handsome. Yeah, he's 30. We've been married 38 years. How could I be that old? My son's birthday was.
And doesn't it seem like yesterday?
Oh my gosh. Well, in some ways, yes, and in some ways, no. In some ways, how many years you been married, Peter?
20.
20, yeah. So see, you just, it sneaks up. The first 20 seem a lot longer than the last 18. They were a little slower. Oh well, I digress. Anyway, so lighthearted. I should be lighthearted. This is a Moda line called Lighthearted by Camille Ruskelli, and I butchered your name, I feel sure, but I
think you hit the nail on the head.
You think so?
Sounds
Okay.
exactly like the way she says it.
All right, well, we'll say it that way. And this is what Moda is using for their Stitch Pink program.
I love Stitch Pink.
Yes, it's the breast cancer awareness fabric for October. Now, this is not overtly breast cancer fabric in that it doesn't have, the little ribbon. That's the word I'm trying to think of. It doesn't have the ribbon. It doesn't have breast cancer things on it. But it's very soft and gentle and has a real lighthearted feeling, hence the name Lighthearted. See? And it's lovely. It's really pretty. Now, it's right next to some Sherry and Chelsea fabric called Favorite Things. They're like sisters from another mother. They really kind of go together.
Sisters from another mister.
Sisters from another mister, yeah, because Mr. Mark is Mr. Moda. But, so Lighthearted's on the top of this round, and the other one is on the bottom of this round. But you could certainly mix them together, and it would be just perfectly perfect. So don't hesitate to play and mix the fabrics. That's a lovely thing to do. And I'm going to give Peter some time to kind of walk around the rounder and show you. First of all, I love a good stripe. Look how pretty that is. Bias cut binding. Can you just see that?
I can.
That's going to be really pretty. And it's a soft pink with a
Very soft.
a red. Okay, my daughter, she loved pink. She called pink and red dark pink because in her world everything was pink.
Hey, that sounds about right.
I know it does, doesn't it?
I
Especially
like
for
the
a
way
little
she
girl.
thinks.
So
what
what
does it say?
Oh,
What
it
does
has
it say?
a fun thing on the. It says, "Whatever you go, wherever you go, go with all your heart." Aww, I love that. So there were some of us that thought this was Valentine's fabric because there's little bitty hearts in it. So we were like, "Oh, it's Valentine's fabric," but then we found out it was breast cancer, which, okay, that's still sweet. We've got
beautiful
It
greens.
is beautiful. Look at this piece.
Look at that floral.
Yeah, I think we spied the same
Oh,
one.
that's
Look
pretty.
how pretty that is. Okay, you know what we're going to do with that, Peter?
English paper piece.
Woo! Wouldn't that
Make little
paper
sewing
piece?
boxes out of it.
Yeah, we've got something fun coming on that. We're going to tease them a little bit, but yeah, we got
I just
something
dropped
fun.
a little hint.
You dropped a hint. Okay, then this goes into Layla Boutique, which again could go with.
I think this one stays.
I think this
that
one's
one
gone.
goes.
She's in the wrong spot.
Layla wanted to hang out with the
Layla
other
wanted
two
to hang out.
sisters.
Well, they're probably sisters too.
Oh, is that backing?
That's backing. So get that wide back right
Oh.
there. Moda wide back is the best.
Oh,
Look at that. It's just a larger version.
love that.
108 wide. Let me see. 108. So by 3 yards, and you've got 108 by 108. It'll do a queen size quilt easily. And oh, the touch of vision.
hand.
Touch of vision. It's so soft, and it quilts beautifully. I know our long arm gal who does our long arm work. She always, when somebody brings her a Moda
Oh,
back,
there's
she's
more over
happy.
there. There's more over here.
But wait, there's more. Look at that aqua.
Here's that aqua.
That's mine. I just need this whole bolt.
Well, that goes with that other floral really well.
It does.
That other floral had the aqua in it.
Look at that. Okay, let's just give them a visual. Look how pretty that is. And they're the same print. You see that? This is the
I
same
don't
print.
see
It's
it.
just this is white and this is colored in. This is an aqua background. This is a pink background.
No, it's not.
Same print.
How'd they do that?
They just took the color out.
Oh. Oh, I see.
But they are. But they don't read the same, do they?
No, they don't.
But they are. They certainly are. This is so pretty.
Oh, look at, there's your bow. There's your ribbon.
Aw, there's your ribbon.
There's your ribbon.
Okay, now I like that.
That is sweet.
That's a sweet little ribbon.
That
It's
is
like
a sweet
bow
little
instead
ribbon.
of
You know what
that.
you could do? You could put that on that 3/8 inch hexie and English paper piece that.
Oh, we're gonna have to get some of
Have
those and
you
play with them.
used a 3/8
No,
inch?
but I think you
hexie?
and I need to get a package and split them, and
Yes.
then make some and see how much
Yes.
we enjoy that.
Yes.
Look at this piece. This is almost like a.
Ooh,
Isn't
that's
that pretty?
cool.
Well, it reminds me of pillow ticket.
Oh, I like that background that's
I
on.
do too. I'd like to have just that. That's really cool. And then we're back to the stripe. You always get me on a good stripe.
I like
This
the
is a-
heart polka dot.
This looks like a 30s print almost. That's kind of reminiscent to me of a
Okay.
30s print on a bigger scale.
I'd go great against that green.
Oh yeah, put those together. Look how fun! I'm just going to tell you right now, Camille's done a beautiful job on the design.
Has she done this before?
I bet she has. She's done a really nice
They're
job.
very talented.
They are very talented. I bet they ought to go work for Moda. What do you think?
I don't know. Moda's they have a good recruit program, I bet.
I think they do. So what I see with Lighthearted are charms, layers, and jellies. I don't see any minis. Now sometimes they don't make the minis in certain ones, so I'm thinking minis are not a choice. But your layers, your charms, and your jelly rolls. The jelly roll race is coming up, so be watching. We're going to have something special with jelly rolls. You're going to want to be part of that. That's September 19th, I believe. So be watching for that. But gosh, this is pretty fabric.
It's gorgeous.
I feel lighthearted after looking at it. How do you feel, Peter?
I feel so much better.
I do too. I feel like,
I feel like I just had tea with honey in it
oh, yeah.
and lemon.
And lemon. And a little bit of cinnamon.
Cinnamon, yes,
cinnamon
just a touch.
to-
Well, now
like-
we're making constant comment.
We are mixed and
Lemon,
that's the
cinnamon.
best.
Does it have clove in it, you think? Constant comment?
Oh, I'll bet it does. I love clove. Okay. This has been the best fabric. We're loving this. This is really pretty. And we've got more to talk about. Let's talk about classes. Holy moly. We're going to have to go up front and sit down and talk about classes. There's so many to choose from. So we're going to talk about classes. Hang in there. Okay, we are in our sewing machine department, and it's also our sewing furniture department. We are a distributor of the Arrow and Kangaroo sewing cabinets and sewing furniture. They call them cabinets, but it's really more like furniture. I mean, they're massive pieces when you open them all up, but then you close them all up and they transform into this nice little box, which is so convenient for your storage space. I mean, you could have one sitting in your dining room and nobody would even know it's a sewing machine. They would think, oh, what a nice little buffet table you have to serve off of. And then when everybody's gone, you can go over and open it all up and you have a sewing room.
So how do you convince the husband to purchase it?
Well,
You say it's a poker table.
Well, you ask, here's how you do this. You ask your spouse what their project is and their hobby is, and figure out how much money they've spent on their hobby, and then say for every dollar they spend on their hobby, you want to spend it on your hobby. And most of the time, somebody's spending more than the other, so it's just a race to stay caught up. Like, if your spouse is buying, boats and equipment to do leather tooling or supplies to do woodworking, then you should have a new sewing machine and a new sewing machine table. And
Golfing's expensive.
Golfing? Oh, golfings
It's
are
like,
very expensive.
is it $50 a pop
Yeah.
or more?
Golfing is expensive. Scuba diving. What if you have a scuba diver? Oh my goodness, that's an expensive sport too. So whatever your spouse's hobby is, you make sure dollar for dollar you're getting matched in fun stuff to play with, because your toys and tools matter just as much as their hobby does too. So, and I'll tell you this, I didn't have sewing cabinets before. I just set it on a dining room table or whatever I could, configure. And once I got an actual cabinet that was designed to hold my machine and spread out and do everything I needed to do, it really made that experience that much more fun and that more enjoyable and functional. I mean, it was amazing. I'm not quite throwing things everywhere. I know when you watch our videos, in our studio, I'm kind of throwing things everywhere because I don't have that room set up just to sit down and sew. But when I go into my studio at home, I've got everything has a place and everything's in it. Although I have lost a couple things I'm trying to find, but I'll find those. They're not lost. But anyway, the reason we're sitting in this department is because on last week's video, we told you we were going to have a deal of the day, and we have another deal of the day for you. This one is in store only. Last week it was online or in store, and the deal of the day was gone like that. It didn't even take 12 hours from the time the video aired till all of them were sold. So this is a one deal of the day, and I'm going to tell you about it, and Peter's going to show you some pictures. We have in the store some new machines from the Janome company, and they are beautiful. If you've had a Janome machine before, you know they are the workhorses of the industry. They're at a reasonable price point. You can buy machines that cost a lot more, that may not work as well as these, and you can buy machines that cost a lot less that I'm sure won't work as well as these. But these, being a median price machine, work beautifully. And I'll be honest, when we have classes, you look around the room and see how many people are using a Janome machine, and the majority of the people are sitting behind a Janome because they're just that great of a workhorse. So I would really, really encourage you to come in and check out our machine collection, because everything is on display. We're ready to help you get moved into. But the deal of the day, this is the deal of the day. So we need a drum roll. Drum roll. Deal of the day this time is on one of these brand new machines that just came out. We sent 4 of our staff members up to the Chicago area to do training on these machines and see the debut of them. And the big feature that is included with them is the stitch regulator can be attached to the machine. It's an external accessory, and there are 3 machines that it's available with. It's a Janome 9480, and it has an accessory that you can add the stitch regulation. It comes with 3 feet that are included in this little package, and the base price of the machine does not include that accessory of adding on the stitch regulator. But right now, our deal of the day is that the first person to come in and purchase the machine from us will get the $1,000 accessory for free included with that machine purchase price. That's a great deal. It's basically save $1,000 right off the bat. So if you're watching this video and you're interested in that, you do have to come in the store to get it, but we would love to get you connected to that machine. The other machines that it comes with is a CM 17000, which it comes with that machine. It's part of the package. But another machine it can be added to is the M8, which is kind of like this one that I'm sitting in front of. This is what's called an M7, and it's another beautiful machine. Nice big flat bed, has a nice screen to look at. I mean, if you've not touched a Janome machine, come in and just bring some fabric you want to play with and sit down with our staff and let them show you how beautiful these machines sew. They're just the best. We've got 2 certified technicians in the building who are able to work with you on the machines. Matter of fact, they're watching a video right now to increase their technical skills. And so we're always including them in opportunities to learn. So we do service all makes and models, but as a Janome dealer, we can really make sure you get the best service that you can with those machines. So come in and check out our machines. Now, enough about that. Let's talk about classes. Fall is coming, and you can see it in our class choices. Let's start with this one, because this one's coming up first. This is Amy Nichols teaching the class. This is called a MAV pack. Now, I don't know what MAV stands for. Do you have any idea, Peter? It's M-A-V, MAV pack. It's the cutest little backpack. I mean, it's just an teensy side body, little backpack. This slides. I think, this slides, which is even better because it could wear it left or right that way. I love this little bag. The class is September 28th and October 5th, so it's a 2-session class. And you can get your supplies here. It has a little double zip. Does it have pockets inside? Because I'm all about pockets inside. I gotta look and see if there are pockets. No pockets inside, but I could put a pocket in there if I wanted to.
Just one?
Just one. I might put one on each side. I'd have to make a wallet to go with it. But is this the cutest little purse? I love it. It's not even a purse. It's just the right size. I mean, your cell phone would fit in there, your wallet, your sunglasses, you know. Or if you're doing a little knitting project, you want to just take one little pair of socks and your knitting needles, and you got this to go. Look, Peter's like, what?
Oh, I'm taking that day off now.
Taking that day off to take that class, because this would be perfect for a little knitting project. You could put some little pockets inside there to hold your knitting needles. Ugh. Okay, so this is a class, Amy's Mav Pack, M-A-V Pack. So that's one that you can take. Then this one is in October. And this is Jamie's Slow Stitch. If any of you have taken one of Jamie's classes, Jamie is one of the sweetest and most patient teachers and just does the most creative things. This is hand embroidery, making a mandala. And a mandala is the shape of this. It's a repetitive circle that has the same thing going out in different directions. And she brings the supplies. And it's such an inexpensive class. This would be great for mother, daughter, grandma's grandson. You know, if you've got somebody you want to just sit down and take a Saturday class with, they're usually 10:30 to 12:30. It's not very long. You do have to bring basic sewing supplies. So that would be if you have thread that you would like to use, and your needle, a pair of scissors. But she's going to supply pretty much everything you need for this class. So get online and sign up. This one will sell out because I think this is so lovely. It's going to sell fast. She did some nice stitches. And look how this matches our, I'm loving this. Peter found this. Look how this matches this bag, I think. Look how pretty those are together. That just looks like a little setting. Okay, then the other class I want to talk about, because the first class we offered with this instructor, you guys bought it out right away for good reason. This is Jennifer Fulton. She is a fabric designer and a pattern designer. She worked in our store for a while in our orders department, and then had the opportunity to move on to run her business. And she's just a great instructor, great teacher. This is the Fall Flight Table Runner, and it's November 3rd from 10:30 to 1. This is an applique class. So if you saw the Halcyon quilt that we showed you in the earlier video, and you're like, oh, I'd be really afraid to do that quilt, this would be a great class to take, because she's going to teach you how to do raw edge applique. And this is the thing, we used to do needle turn applique, and oh my gosh, the tediousness of that. Now, needle turn applique is lovely, but this quick sewer that I am doesn't have the patience to do it. But this raw edge applique, just, and especially in batiks, is beautiful. So if you're thinking about taking a class, I would strongly suggest that one, because it's a good one. Really, really good one. Okay, now I have my little clipboard, because I have to look official. Peter looks very official because he's carrying around a camera, and it's really funny because when we come out with the camera, people will dodge us. It's like we've got
They'll dive behind bolts and bookcases and in between thread displays.
Customers hide.
Hide in corners.
The staff hide, and I'm like, guys, we're really not that formal on here. It's just kind of sit around and chit chat. So, but it is funny. They do kind of hide.
It is just kind of sit around and chit chat, isn't it?
I know. We do. We're just visiting. Pull up a chair and get you a cup of tea and sit down and watch us be goofy. So, anyway, let's see. What's on my list next? Deal of the day, Fall Flight, Amy's Fab. Oh, handy quilter classes. Here's another thing that's coming up. We have a handy quilter educator, Martha Higdon, who's coming for 4 or 5 days. 4 days at least, I'm sure.
Martha's my favorite.
Martha is. She's a great teacher. She's
so wonderful.
She is. She's so good. She has a background in kind of a military background, so she runs a tight ship.
Yeah, she was was with the Air Force.
Yes.
And then the police department.
Yep.
And she also does these amazing art quilts, like free motion.
She's so talented.
Combining her free motion quilting on, I think, vintage quilts I had seen. Most like that was last year, so I'll have to catch up with her and see what she's doing this year.
Yeah, she's very talented. We're really lucky to have her come in our shop, and we always enjoy her classes. And everybody who takes her classes comes out and says, "Oh my gosh, I learned so much." So, those are coming. They're in mid-October, I believe. I'm gonna have to look, but they're selling really quick. Go to our website on the classes page. Scroll down towards the bottom where it says events, and you'll see those classes listed. Some of you have been calling and saying, well, I don't know which one to take. Should I take them all? Take them all. I'll just tell you, there's not a whole lot of overlap, except there's a Pro Stitcher class that we offer twice, but the rest of them, they kind of sound similar, but they're not. They're very different.
Back to Martha for a minute.
Yes.
So I think with educators, it's nice to get an idea of what their background is.
Yeah.
She has a business, so she always has quilts on her long arm, so she's constantly applying new techniques and new design ideas to customers' quilts. So she's done more quilting in probably a month than some people do in 3 years.
You're right. That's a really
So
good
she
point.
has the experience, lots of experience.
She does, and I've been able to just sit down on a few of her classes, and just the few minutes that I'm there, I've learned a lot from her. So if you see those classes available, take as many as sound attractive to you. Here's the great part. You don't have to do anything except show up. We have the machine for you. We have the supplies to use the machine. We've got the Pro Stitcher program that's on the computer that you can use that. It is just a super easy class to just walk in and take it. You may come in and take this class and go, this is something I had no interest in, or you may come in and take it and go, oh my gosh, a whole new world's been opened to me. Oh, thank you, Jessica. She heard me struggling to get the dates. October 17th through the 21st. It's a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So, if you've got the time available in October, we have customers who will actually come and stay in a hotel nearby and just spend the week there like a retreat with us. And I would suggest that's a great opportunity. Noblesville's a beautiful area. We've got lots of hotels, lots of places to go for lunch and dinner and things like that. So, but don't wait. It always they sell out, and then people call me and they're sad, and I feel sad because they didn't get to come, and that makes me sad. But so do sign up for that, because you'll have fun if you get to do it. Another event that's coming is Cindy's Stitch-In event. And that one is another one that I suggest you look at. It's an all-day, just think of it an in-house retreat. It's 10:30 to 4. You can do cross stitch, you can do knitting, you can do slow stitching, whatever makes you happy.
Wool applique.
Wool applique.
English paper piecing.
Yes. Ooh.
Hand quilting. If you have a quilt that you want to bind and you just like to spend the day around people and everybody's conversation, then that's a good day to just knock out a hand sewn binding.
Right.
Anything done by hand.
Yeah.
Macrame.
Macrame. No machines allowed.
No machines allowed.
No machines allowed.
What else do we do by hand?
What else?
Sashiko.
Sashiko. Ooh, I'd love to see somebody do.
We
or
have
sashiko.
some people doing sashiko.
Sashiko. Yeah, I mean.
Did we say crochet?
Ribbon embroidery.
Ribbon embroidery.
Oh, I used to do ribbon embroidery.
Hand embroidery.
Hand embroidery. So it's a stitch in that's going to be quiet and peaceful. There'll be some fun door prizes, some snacks and around, and it'll be a very low key event. Not a whole lot to distract us other than just being able to have fun. If you come to any of these events and you know you're going to be in our store all day, there is McDonald's across the street if McDonald's hits your vibe for food. But better than that, about 2 doors down from us, Peter's making faces. McDonald's is not his vibe. About 2 doors down from us, now this is his vibe, I know it is a Banter's Fresh Meat Market and Deli, and they'll make a box lunch for you. Now you have to call in ahead, and Peter will have to put the information to get to that in the little thing. But you can arrange that lunch that you can go over when the break happens if you're here all day and pick up a lunch and then just come back here and eat it, so you don't have to drive somewhere and be late getting back to your class if McDonald's isn't your vibe. Peter will not be doing McDonald's. He'll be going to Banter's. Okay, so that's another event that's coming. It's just so many things happening. I will tell you, as soon as they go live on the website, they start selling. So if you see something, call your friends, get in on it, sign up. We had a block of the month that sold out, and I have people sad, and I'm sorry it sold out, but it's gone. There's not much I can do about it. Okay, and then I got to do two things, and then we're going to go look at yarn. We got some new yarn. Yarn's Peter's smiling. He's a yarn guy. We've got some beautiful new hand-dyed yarn in that I'm going to share with you. That it's stunning, stunningly beautiful. But I want you to read. I want you to hear this email that we got from a customer, and the reach of these videos has just kind of humbled us and overwhelmed us in so many ways. We had no idea.
We're so lucky.
We're so blessed.
We're so blessed.
We are so blessed. We had no idea we would end up reaching.
We have
so
the most
many
beautiful customers.
people. We do. We really do. And one of the person who bought the deal of the day, Hildegard, is in Germany, and she watches us from Germany, and I love that. She was here visiting her sister, and she got to come into the store, and we visited with her, and it was such a sweet time. To have a customer who's in Germany, for goodness sake. I don't know how many miles that is, but it's a long way from Noblesville, Indiana.
I imagine it's at least 1,000.
Oh yeah, it's more than that. So anyway, we've got customers everywhere. Well, this gal sent me a sweet little email, and she said, thank you for the effort on all the videos. It's a lot of work, but for those of us who only have time to shop on Saturday, the videos are a lifeline to the store to know when to order and go and to pick it up. Love your videos and the classes. I did my first punch needle this year thanks to the class online, and the next big goal is a bag. So she says, have a wonderful week, and said we really rock. And so that made my heart warm.
I can't wait to see your bag. I know who you are.
Yeah, we know who you are.
I've talked to you.
Yeah,
You're so delightful.
So we're excited. You know who you are too, and just, encourage each other. That's what we're about here.
Thanks for the happy mail.
Yeah, we love Happy Mail, and we love encouraging our staff and encouraging you to come in and be creative. Just do what feels good in the fiber arts industry, and don't be afraid to try, because there's no failures. There's just lessons to learn from the next time you'll do it different, or maybe you'll do it exactly the same because it was so perfect. So, okay. The other thing is we're going to have something to give away this time.
Say what?
Oh, I know. We're going to give away another fat quarter bundle. Let me show you. Should I show them? Should I wait and show them with the fabric?
Let's show them with the fabric.
Okay, we'll show them with the fabric. So we're going to head to the fabric. Okay, so here we are up front with the fabric that we're going to give away. This is a fat quarter bundle, beautifully bowed and bobbled by Grandma Ginger. She does a really nice job.
Who's Grandma Ginger?
She happens to be my mom, but we all call her Grandma Ginger. See, my husband works here, my mom works here. I have 2 children and they don't work here, but and Lenine, who owns the shop, is just about the closest thing I'll ever have to a sister. So we're all in one big family here. But anyway, Grandma Ginger, she does our charitable works, and she puts kits together, and if you ask for a basket or something, she'll do that. But this line, I'm going to tell you, it was real hard to give this bundle away.
I tried buying this thing 5 times, that fat quarter bundle.
I know, but this
I really did.
I know. Well, here's why we're giving it away. The Banter company gave it to us.
They gave it to us?
We received this as a gift, and because we want to, pay it forward, we're giving it to a customer as a gift. And I just think that's fun. I think that's cool.
That is fun.
I think that's what we're called to do. If you've been gifted something, just pay it forward, Pay it forward. So we're paying it forward by giving this away.
Sometimes a small gift to like a coworker, unexpected, just because you saw it and it reminded you of them. If you ever get that whisper and it's in your heart, just without even thinking about it, do it, because it's probably the most beautiful thing that you can do.
Yeah, it really is. You never know when somebody needs a hug or a smile, and it doesn't
even
have to be.
And you're not doing it for yourself, because even if they're not grateful or they don't say thank you, it's not about that.
Yep.
It's about the impact that it'll have for. You just don't know.
You don't know. You don't know when somebody. Just be nice and be friendly.
Think twice, be nice. That's my saying.
Okay, so we're gonna give this away. So here's what I want to do.
What are you gonna do? Because I don't even know. We didn't discuss this. We didn't discuss this in our morning meeting. Our Monday meeting.
Our Monday morning, our Monday, Tuesday. So here's one of our jokes. What do you call a hippo who always thinks he's sick? A hypochondriac. So here's what we need. Maggie, our Maggie went to college, and Maggie was our joke writer. She wrote jokes for us, and I'm going to show you. Here you go. So this customer sent us some dad jokes. Okay.
Oh, did we get it? We got it.
Yeah, sent us some dad jokes.
I love it.
And
I'm glad we printed them.
I don't
Hold
know
on.
why they're called dad jokes. Dumb.
Silly.
Groaners.
Yeah,
Groaners.
groaners.
Groaner jokes. So, what I would like is for in the comments, put in a groaner joke that you think is just a silly joke. And then we'll have to be sure we've gone to the bathroom before we read them because it'll be pretty giggly, I'm sure. But we'll pick then the funniest, what we think is the funniest groaner joke from all the people that make a comment about a groaner joke, and you're going to get this fat quarter bundle. And if you don't fat quarter quilting, then you can pay it forward to somebody else. Would that be fun? Like, see how many times we could pay this fat quarter bundle forward. That'd be fun.
Oh my gosh.
And then
Could you imagine?
And then each time you pay it forward, you take one fat quarter and pass it on to the next person, and then pass it on to the next person. And we could bless 21 people because there's 21 fat quarter bundles in here, or 21 fat quarters. Anyway, that's your challenge to win this bundle, is to comment on the YouTube channel in the comment area a groaner joke. I'm not going to call them dad jokes. I think that's biased because I've heard grandmas tell groaner jokes. I've heard aunts and uncles and cousins, and so we want a groaner joke, and we'll pick one, and that's what we're going to give away.
You know somebody's going to use AI and say, hey, tell me a dad joke. And
Yeah.
it's going to write like 10 of them.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that's this fabric line. The other fabric line I want to show you is this one. This just came in, and it goes with all the fall fabric we were looking at. And I thought I had shown this to you, but it's on my list, so we're going to do it. Autumn Splendor is what this is called. I better take this bundle because somebody will swipe it. Okay.
I've already tried buying it 3 times.
I know you have. This is called Autumn Splendor. Look how pretty this is. Isn't that just lovely? Now the leaves haven't started turning here yet, but you can tell they're getting ready to.
They're getting ready. They're thinking about
They're
it.
thinking about it. They are thinking about it. So this is the fabric. And there is a kit that uses that panel to make a really pretty quilt. 43 by 52. So it's almost could be a wall hanging. It'd be a nice lap quilt too for fall just to have. And it's not real complicated. It's got some blocks on it. Looks like some half square triangles. So it wouldn't be too hard to make. But isn't this pretty?
Gorgeous.
This is by the Northcote Company. It's Stonehenge Autumn Splendor. I really think this has been digitally printed. So that means use a sharp needle, please, because you'll be happier with your result on a digital print if you use a sharp needle. Now see, okay, so they show this panel going this way, which I guess the leaves are going down. But I kind of feel this vibe too. I don't know, does it look totally wrong that way?
No. Nope.
I guess it depends on which way you're looking.
Nope. Because sometimes the branches reach up if you're under them.
Well, okay.
What about sideways? Turn it sideways. There. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's cool.
I like
Yeah.
the sideways.
Oh, that's even better. You can do it the other direction.
Yeah.
I love this. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Autumn Splendor. I'm really excited about this line. I think you need to come take a peek at it and consider adding it to your collection. Lovely fabrics. And now we've saved kind of one of the most fun things for last, or almost last. We're going to go back and we're going to look at yarn.
Yarn.
I feel
We're
some
going to Yarn Town.
Going to Yarn Town. Okay, we stopped on the way back to Yarn and made a little visit with Sarah. This is Sarah Swanson. She's our embroidery diva.
Guru, yeah.
Guru. He says guru, I say diva.
Yeah, I've been
okay.
a diva for a long time.
She's been a diva. She's worked with us for a long time.
It's time to be a guru.
Sarah, there's anything Sarah can't do. I mean, she makes clothes, she makes bags, you just do everything. You're super, super talented. Like
Spins yarn.
oh yeah, yarn. I didn't think
Knits,
about that.
hand
Yeah.
spun.
Very often, but I like that. Yeah.
Well,
Sews really amazing bags.
she does sew amazing bags. So, but for
And big quilts.
big quilts,
Not little
lovely big
quilts.
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
quilts.
I'm working on one right now that's a
I'm
sample.
almost done.
I just showed a couple samples, so
Did
we'll
ya?
have to show yours when you
Yeah.
get done.
Oh yeah, we'll have to
Trying
have
to
you
sneak it
show
past
it.
Paquina.
Oh, are you?
Miss Paige. See,
Yeah,
see if I can get it to her by Christmas.
There's a daughter. So we have a lot of mother-daughter things going on. Or
Yeah.
mother, because her daughter is the sewing machine technician.
Yeah.
So, we just keep it all in the family here. But anyway.
It's like, yeah, I think it's so cool.
Daughters. Yeah, we have like Nancy's in inventory. Her daughter Julie works the sales floor. I'm the manager. My mom works into the phone.
She's the mom of the shop.
She's the mom. She's everybody. Grandma. We call her
Takes
Grandma
care of
Ginger.
it.
She's
Is she the
everybody's-
den mother?
She's the den
den
mother.
The quilt shop mother.
Her and Virginia. We always talk about Virginia. She's
Yeah.
the other den mother. And then you and Paige work here.
And Virginia cuts my hair.
And Virginia cuts.
But
Yeah. Or I
Yep.
think she'd shave if she'd let her.
It's
We
gone.
have to call the HR department on Virginia. She's of that generation that's not always appropriate. It's like, you can't say that. She's so cute. They're adorable. They're adorable. But anyway, we this is what we do. We just chit chat.
Yeah.
But so Sarah works in our embroidery department, and we just opened this what?
Last summer, because
Yeah.
I think we've almost hit a year if we haven't already.
Yeah, it might be. Gosh,
Because
it's
it's
goes
right-
Oh, we should
fast.
order pizza to celebrate our 1 year of embroidery.
He's on pizza from the people carrying in their projects.
projects
He
in
was
box.
like, oh, they're bringing pizza
He
in.
always wants. Every time there's a reason, Peter's like, we should order pizza. He's
I
always-
did that to my chemistry teacher.
We should always order pizza. Somebody finished a project today. We should order pizza. Okay, but so what Sarah does is in our embroidery department, and you bring in a project that you want embroidered, and what could that be? What kind of
And
stuff? I'm
I, it's so much more than I ever imagined.
Yeah,
I think I might be the best gift giver in the future because
you have ideas.
I have ideas now.
Yeah.
Jackets. One lady wanted initials on her cuff that she rolls up. I can't do sweatshirt cuffs unless it's just a couple letters, but her
Cotton.
button-up shirt,
Mhm.
I did her initials on her cuff. We have a guy who comes in and he likes to have names put on the front of the quilt for the person he's making them. He said they loved that. And so he's had Bible verses put down the side. That tested everything I've ever known. But I got it done.
She did it. She did it. So yeah, you can bring the object you want embroidered, and if we can do it, we will. There are sometimes the answer is no.
We have had to turn a few people away, not very many. And then stockings, Christmas stockings
Oh,
are coming
yeah.
up. And I have learned that when you buy your Christmas stockings, you should always buy a little stash of extras because families change shapes and sizes. And then you're not searching eBay and pulling felt letters off stockings, which is what I was embroidering over last year a lot.
Yeah.
So
Plan ahead.
plan ahead. At least buy the kits if you make them. Buy the kits or buy extra fabric and designate it Christmas stockings.
Right.
But so get those started now, and then you've got them all ready to go when you're ready to hang them.
Right. That's a great idea. So we'll embroider if she can get it in this embroidery hoop, she'll embroider it. And this is what have you got here? This
I
is
have a
most
quilt
recent.
label.
This is a quilt label.
And
Those are
this
good.
doesn't give away anything, so
Yeah.
we went ahead and show this one.
There's a lot of GGs out there. So
Yeah,
we
there
don't
are a
know
lot of
who-
GJs.
who's-
Who could this be for?
Who GG is it? But Made with Love by GG 2023. But that's simple.
Yes,
But-
and so most of the quilt labels we can do for $10 because we ask that you have short rows and the smallest font, and it comes out inside of our stitch count for our minimum stitch count for $10 is 5,000 stitches, which you probably don't care about, but this was like 2,500 stitches. So
But it's a basic $10 fee to get started. You can bring your product in that you want to be embroidered whenever you want. Any hours that we're open. There's a form that you fill out that they'll have you fill out at the front register or at the back. There's a book that shows all the fonts and the colors and all the kind of things that are available. Are colors in there or just the fonts
the
of the letter?
colors are in there
Okay.
up to date. I had to add a couple pages
Okay.
with new colors. But yeah, we've got the colors stitched out so you can compare it to your item and see if that's the color you want stitched.
Right.
And the different fonts are stitched in the sizes that we do, so you can see them stitched out also. There are a couple, like one's called Gallant, and it makes some funny capitals, so that one I might call you on if you choose that one. and we can talk about it if it doesn't look right.
Yeah, and that's what's so great is you
Yeah.
can bring your item in anytime, and I would suggest bring it in, get it in line, because we're going to start pushing up against the Christmas deadline. We've not set a hard date yet, but if things really start coming in, we may have to say, okay, you know, we can't take any more things. But do it now. Don't wait. Just if you're thinking about Christmas, let's get it done, and that way you don't get in that jam. But bring it in any hours that we're open, and then all these orders will go to Sarah. And on the days that she's here, if she needs to call and has questions, she'll give you a call and say, hey, what about this, that, or the other. If it's a plain and simple, okay, this is easy, I can stitch it out, and then she calls you when it's done, and you come pick it up. And we're looking a week, 2 weeks.
It's kind of come in as because most places are out like 6 or 8 weeks, and I kind of get them done the week I work. So I try and get through everything each week. If I can't, then I don't worry too much if it's the following week. And usually I've talked to people because that's usually a bigger project that needs a little more time, so they know that it's going to be 2 weeks instead. So
we're
pretty happy with that.
We're happy with that.
We're small.
We are. We're not doing like 5,000 t-shirts and you know, this is, I've got a hat or a letter jacket or something I need something put on, and we are selective because there's only some things are not going to work for our machine.
Yeah.
So if we say no, don't take it personal. It's just because we want to do the best job we can do.
It's usually I physically can't do it.
Yeah, it's just impossible on our machine.
Right.
So
But time-wise, we'll make it fit if we can, no matter how big a project is. But
and I want to say something a little bit about copyright. So, you know, there are certain, you have to own the design if we're putting it in our machine. We can't, you know, like IU or Purdue or any of the school things. Mickey Mouse, those things, those are copyrighted. So we're talking about words. We do have some designs like flowers and maybe some things, yes, no, or mostly words.
I don't really like the designs that are in the machine.
Okay. So mostly we're talking words here.
Yeah.
We're talking words and letters. Or if you have a digitized design, and if you know what a digitized design is, you know you have one. I'll just say that. If you have an embroidered design and you own it and you have it and you can bring it to us, we potentially can put it on your object.
Yeah.
But not always, but we try. We
do try, and even so, if you own a business and have a logo that's really clean, we can sometimes make the logo work.
Right.
So, but we're really careful about that as far as copyright and the cleanliness of the image and how it's stitching out and things like that.
And by cleanliness, we mean it only has 2 or 3 colors in it.
Yes,
It's very simple. It's very basic. It's not a lot of shading and trees and flowers and stuff. It's like it's just some words or a picture. It's very simple. So anyway, this is Sarah. Come talk to Sarah.
Yeah.
Her email is embroidery@alwaysinstitches1.com. You can always send her an email. That's probably the best way to communicate if you want to talk specifically to her. Otherwise, just come in the shop. We'd love to have them.
And I don't have to be here to do it. You can. We have it all set up so the girls up front can take care of you.
Yeah.
So only if it's something complicated, then you might want to make an appointment with me, but otherwise.
Yeah, appointments not needed.
No.
Walk-ins welcome.
Right. It's just that I'm not here every day.
She's not here every day, so that's why we really want to make it so you can get to this opportunity and get put in line. So, okay, the bell's ringing. I guess when the bell rings, we stop, right? Thanks for watching. We're going to go look at yarn. Okay, I'm hanging out in Yarn Town, as Peter calls it. We just got in some... Where's the Touch-A-Vision again? We're looking for the Touch-A-Vision. This is from the Mod Yarns Company in Zula. This just came in. It's brand new. It is stunning yarn. It is hand dyed. Every piece here is hand dyed. So we had ordered it probably a couple months ago. It took a little while for it to arrive. And if you received the lumpy bumpy yarn that we used to carry, we carried a type of yarn called lumpy bumpy, and it was a favorite, and it's called now they call it little in the middle. So, and what it does is it goes from this real thick down to a real tiny twist, and this knits beautiful, 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 beautiful. I love scarves made out of this. The great part is you can just do a plain stitch, and it gets so much dimension and texture to it because of the texture of the yarn. So I don't have to do fancy lace stitches or cabling or anything like that. The yarn, because it's so variegated in its size, makes a beautiful, beautiful project. There it is in kind of a fall. You need this for a fall scarf right here. You just need it.
You need that to knit a pumpkin. I'm just
A pumpkin.
saying.
Oh my gosh, that'd be a
That'd be
beautiful
amazing
pumpkin.
pumpkin.
We used to have a pattern to make.
Or a
pumpkin.
little
It's really
pumpkin
cute.
sweater for like a toddler.
Oh yeah, a little pumpkin hat.
Little baby
little
pumpkin.
hat. Make a hat out of that
Yeah.
that has a little green
Yeah,
stem.
yeah.
Stinking cute. Okay, and then of course here's the blue because you know who are that, and then here's this real pretty mustardy yellow color. I'm loving that. That's really fun too. And then this is, I'm thinking it's a chunky, it's Aretha. Let me see what it's telling me. Colorway is Godzilla. I love that. It's a super wash merino, which is awesome. That means this is going to be washable. It's hand wash to extend the life, lie flat to dry. But this is, again, this is kind of a variegated. It's got a nice, it's not real tightly twisted. So this is going to really be fluffy. This would make a great hat.
For hat or cowl.
Cowl, right? So we have this in this color, this kind of orangey, teal. These two together would be fun. And even these two together would be fun. There it is as an orange, and there it is in kind of another orange. So these come in fairly small bags. We're not getting 8-10 skeins. We're only getting like 4 or 5 skeins of each color. This one then is a boucle, which is the pink, the purple, and the cream. This I can see stringing along with a solid. And again, you're going to get a lot of depth and texture, and you're not going to have to do a whole lot. So it's very fine. And you knit that with another color, either a solid color that matches it, or even a variegated. And it's going to give that just little puff to your project. I love a boucle knitted in with something else. It's just really, really pretty. So, pink, purple boucle. This yarn's going to sell quickly, I think. It's really, really pretty. We love that we've carried it for you guys. And if you like it, we'll order more in. That's the good thing about it. Mod Yarns is the company. It's Anzula is the yarn. And it's on our website too. So I think this is the end of the ride for this week's What's
end
New
of the
video.
road.
End of the road. And we really do appreciate you watching us. Please, if you've followed this and you've not subscribed.
I need to give a weather report.
Oh, weather report. Yeah, what's the
Okay,
weather?
my weather report is, I think it is baked apple pie season because when I went outside and opened up the car door, there was that breeze of cool air, that crispness in the air. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
There's a few leaves starting to fall on the trees. They're not turning, but those leaves that are like, I'm not going to go for that. I'm just going to like let go now and release all the negativity. Those leaves are already starting to dry.
Baked apple pie with a homemade butter crust.
Oh, okay. Now you're making me hungry. I think I brought an apple pie in the other day. I might have to bring pie because I can't eat pie by myself. I have to make a pie so I can have one little piece and then bring the rest for everybody else. But anyway, yeah, it's that time of year, and what a perfect time to sit and knit or sit and quilt because you know it won't be long and we'll be looking for Christmas presents.
On Sunday morning, I sat outside with my quilt, just on my quilt, covered up underneath my quilt and knitting
Yeah.
on my sock. It was amazing.
Aw, yeah, that's a good snuggle. Now was the poopy dogs out there with
Uh-huh.
you too? Oh, of course, because they could sit outside.
Yeah, and
Now-
Stella wanted under the quilt. Stella was like staring at me like, dude, what are you doing?
Aw.
How come I can't be under the quilt with you?
Now, you need to show them a picture of Stella and Bella. You
If I
need to
can find one.
Find a picture. Because they're whippets, so they don't
They're
have a lot of
whippets.
fur.
They feel like velvet.
But they're not real fluffy furry.
No.
No.
The fur is slick and lays down
So
like
do
a greyhound.
Is it warm enough that do they need, do you knit them sweaters?
No, I don't knit them sweaters, but yeah, they typically have to wear like a coat.
Yeah, they probably need a coat in the winter. It's
They have to have a coat in the winter.
'Cause they're
They got to
too
be bundled up.
They gotta be, well, that's why you want it under your quilt.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. All right, well, we're always having fun in here, and we would love to have fun with you. So if you can stop in the shop, please do. If you can't, send us an email. I'm Cappy at alwaysinstitches1.com. So that's CAP, like a baseball cap with the letter I on the end. And Peter is Peter at alwaysinstitches1.com. It's, you know, we're very creative with our email addresses. It's your name at alwaysinstitches1.com. So drop us an email if you want to let us know about something you haven't seen on What's New that you'd like to see on What's New. Or if you know, have a comment or a suggestion, we love that. Love, love, love that. And I just hope you're having a really happy stitchy day wherever you are. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.